Here I go for another sports physical. I'm sitting in the waiting room until my name is called for my appointment. Once my name is called, I walk in and things go on as they usually would. I secretly complain inside about how I hate doing this every year. I realize that many of us feel the same way about the 4-H pledge. It's repeated over and over and over again. I pledge my head to clearer thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, and my health to better living. For my club, my community, my country, and my world. At times, it can seem very pointless, but that is far from the truth. Hello, I am Kate Reynolds from Juab County, and I am 16 years old. We have all recited the 4-H pledge thousands of times since we are little clover buds. Every time I repeat the 4-H pledge, I think of it as giving myself a 4-H physical. I am checking if I'm using my head, heart, hands, and health on a club, community, country, and world level. In my sports physical, the doctor would check my mental health, my vital signs, perform a physical exam, and review my health history. In both a 4-H physical and a sports physical, I need to attain a healthy level in all areas to be a successful participant. In my sports physical, my mental health is being checked. In a 4-H physical, I would be checking my head. I pledge my head to clear thinking. This means I'm keeping all my thoughts and ideas on a path where I can individually grow in today's society. I have been doing this by learning from my leaders and training to be one myself. The pursuit started when I was a club member. Through observation, I learned from the club leaders and mentors who showed continuous examples of how to be a good leader, run meetings, and how to treat the participants. After a couple times of trial and error, I became vice president of Juab County's teen council. As my leadership roles grew and spread to more people as a Southern Region ambassador to now a state ambassador, I have had to be more observant about my thoughts and my actions. Through these experiences, I've gained an amazing outlook on life that has assisted me thriving in today's society. Knowing that I have attained a healthy level in this section of my 4-H physical, I can move on. Going on in my sports physical, my vital signs are checked. This goes hand in hand with heart. I pledge my heart to greater loyalty. I'm promising to care for others versus only caring about myself. An important place to show loyalty is with your teams. I showed loyalty to my FCS team, my teen council, region and state ambassador teams, along with 4-H team as a whole. I showed loyalty to these teams by showing up to practices, meetings, trainings, and events, but also by being there for them in and outside of 4-H. The success and loyalty of my teams have provided a healthy level of my heart in my 4-H physical. Next, a physical exam is taking place. This step in 4-H would be hands. I pledge my hands to larger service. This means I will give the world as much as a member can. As a 4-H member, I have participated in large variety of service activities. One of my favorite forms of service is through teaching. I was able to serve through teaching workshops, being an after-school club leader in engineering and woodworks, helping kids with homework, and teaching art classes for my state ambassador project. I have participated in service projects like running community nights out, helping with haunted houses, writing letters for rest homes and veterans, making and donating items to hospitals. I have also served people through performances by being a member of Notables and my family club. Service has been so much of who I am that I've had 87 hours of service or more every year. Over these years of service, I know I have used my hands on a healthy level and have passed another portion of my 4-H physical. Now, for the final step of my sports physical. Review of health history. This step is very similar to the 4-H physical step. Health. I pledge my health to better living. This means even though I have clear thinking and loyal and serve others, I still need to care for me. This is the only part of the 4-H pledge where a member thinks of themselves over others. Through 4-H, I've learned how to take care of myself physically, mentally, and emotionally. At JYC, I4H, TLT, Teen Leadership Training, Teen Winter Retreat, Region Retreats, and Tri-Team Training, I have learned that even though others are important, I am also important. I participated in things that are good for my body and that I enjoy. I have done this with healthy living, gardening and cooking clubs, socializing, singing, and playing instruments. I take time for myself to improve, which increases my self-esteem. Through all of this, I have become a healthy 4-H member. I can feel how I have passed the last step in my 4-H physical. I'm leaving my appointment, and I realize checking my mental health, vital signs, performing a physical exam, and reviewing my health history all had a purpose to make sure I can succeed as a healthy athlete. Each step in my 4-H physical also has a purpose. They all are connected. Head led me to leadership, which brought me to heart and finding loyalty with my teams. Then hands, by serving people with compassion. And last but not least, health. Through all of this, I gained knowledge of how to take care of myself. I have passed my 4-H physical. I pledge my head to clear thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, and my health to better living. For my club, my community, my country, and my world. Without the repetition of this pledge, I would have forgotten what it meant to be a true 4-H'er. Thank you, 4-H.